Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO Set 7066 Earth Defense HQ. It has 879 pieces, and it's for ages 8 to 14. I think I'm a little too old, but who cares? It's from the new series Alien Conquest, and it retails at $89.99. Here you'll see the picture of the set in all its glory. What attracted me to this set is the Vic Viper, which I'm a really big fan of. Notice how it comes with a new canopy over there. I think only one other set has that. Okay, this set actually has a lot of neat parts, which I will go over real quick. Take for example this windshield. The last time I saw that was in 2008 in the Secret Agent series, I think. I'm not sure, I have to double check. I also notice, if you look carefully, there is a slope piece here that is pretty new. I don't have too many of those. And if you look at where the sticker is, I almost missed this. That's a 2x4 Darkstone flat piece, which is really nice. And then there is this gun, which is new and unique to the set. More on that later. And then what I thought was pretty cool is the Alien Clinger, which you can see, it looks like it possesses people. You can tell by the way she's a little off balanced. Okay, the sides of the box do not have much to offer, except for this side, where you see the minifigures. More on that later. And then, here is the back of the box, which will show most, if not all, the playability that comes with this set. And I will go through each one in more detail coming up. Okay, first I'd like to introduce the minifigures. Here's the lineup. We have 3 humans versus 2.5 aliens. As you can see, everyone gets a gun, except for the little guy. I guess it's because he's underaged. First, let's look at the weapons. We have this new and unique piece, which is new to the series. Okay. We have the ray gun, which you may recognize from the minifigure series. Okay. Here we have an older gentleman and a young woman. I think we've all heard that story before. Okay. Here's what he looks like. Nice artwork. He has a face on the back where the mustache is tilted. And he's got some body art on the back. Here is the young lady, which you may recognize on the box because she's always in trouble. She has a different body art than the first guy, see? And just like him, she also has a face on the back, which is her possessed look, which combined with the Alien Clinger will make her look like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so that looks like fun. Next, we have the scientist, who I think is a better match for the lady because they're both crazy. Judging by the artwork, there's some slime on his suit, which means that he is the one that works on the aliens after we capture them, which sounds like fun. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, right. Let's see. Here is the alien leader because, well, he's got the bigger brain. And he looks like a cross between the Terminator and an alien. There's no artwork on the back, which is okay. Both of them don't have artwork, so I'll leave that one in the saucer and this one on the stretcher. I like his tentacle arm though. That means this one's for punching, this is for tickling. I especially like the way they made the head. Let me show you why. Because that part comes off, and if you notice, his head is actually 3 pieces. I guess that means he's used for dissecting later on, if that's your thing. Here's his partner. He's got the smaller brain and a big mouth. I think we all know someone like that. I'm not going to mention any names. His artwork is different from the first guy. See? And no artwork on the back. And finally, I think what we have is the coolest piece ever. Is the Alien Clinger, whose sole purpose in life is to cling on your head and possess. Pretty cool. Okay, on to the set. I'll introduce the units as they're built in the instruction book. Here we go. Okay, first we're going to look at the cart. Here it is. It's a pretty nice cart. This is what it looks like from the right, the front, the back, the top, and the bottom. Okay, it doesn't look like it goes very fast, but it will do everything you need it to do, including carrying a captured alien, like so, or you can use it to carry someone who just got possessed for a checkup. Okay, hopefully to get that new hairdo removed. Good luck with that. And more importantly, this cart will take you from point A to point B. On to the next. Okay, here's the alien saucer. Alright, this is what it looks like from the top. That's the bottom. That's the front, the side, and the back. Alright, the canopy opens like this, and the alien goes in. Okay, and what you have here is a pretty solid build. The only thing I don't like is that it makes that sound when it shakes because of the canopy. You would think the aliens, with their technology and all, they would have got that right. I guess not. Here is the prison pod that they use to hold the aliens after they've been captured. As you can see, it's a very simple build, pretty straightforward. Okay, it opens like this, and the alien goes in. You just have to make sure that the feet go all the way in, or else he won't fit. Okay, you close it, and now he's ready for transport to your next biology class. Probably to dissect his brain, which sounds like fun. Up next we have the Vic Viper, which, as you can see, it looks really cool. It's a pretty strong build too. Okay, here's the side. There's the top. There's the front. Notice how it's nice and flat. It's really nice design. Here's the bottom. There's no landing gear. Well, maybe this is the landing gear. It depends on how you look at it. There's the back. Very nice. I especially like the detail over here that they did with the laser guns. Makes it look somewhat high-tech. Okay, there's also supposed to be some stickers along the edge here. I didn't add them on, and plus, it looks pretty good without them anyway. Also like this canopy, there's only one other set out there that has it, which is the Star Wars Imperial V-Wing fighter. This is also the only playable feature on here. It opens up like this, and if you look inside, it's pretty spacious. However, you don't want to put your pilot in the last 4 studs, because if you do, you can't close it. It's going to give her a headache. So you just want to make sure you put her in the first 4 studs, so she can lean back where there's a pillow, no headache. Give her the joystick, close the canopy, and now she's ready to take on some mean aliens. On to the next. Now we have the first half of the mobile unit, which is this heavily armored vehicle. This is what it looks like from the left. The top. The bottom, nothing special there. Here we have the back, where you see the control room, and the guy is checking out his Facebook page. Here's the front, which is looks pretty cool and intimidating at the same time. Okay, we have the guns over here, which can aim in just about every direction. We have the headlights here that move up and down. When you're building this, be careful not to push this part all the way in. Alright, also we'll block this canopy from opening, like so. Okay, so you just want to pull that out a little. Okay, and there we go. Inside you'll see 2 seats, one for the driver, that's essential. The passenger, not so much. I thought these doors over here were pretty cool. They open like so. I wish they put a handle here because sometimes it's a little hard to open. But you'll get it. And I thought this was really neat, even though this is probably where you put the prison pod. And then onto the really cool missile pod over here. This can rotate at a full 360. The only bad thing about it is that it doesn't move up and down, so when you have an alien saucer flying by, like it is right now, you'll just have to wait till it glides up and you fire, and that's it. Alien is down. As you notice, I had to push this button here, and it will fire all 4 missiles for you, which is overkill, but that's fine. And lastly, this part can be removed. It's only attached by these 2 green studs over here, and this acts as a standalone defense unit. And you notice there's a seat in the middle there, so if you want front row seats to all the action, that's where you would sit. On to the trailer. finally, we now have the trailer, which is a big box on wheels. Okay, this is the top. And as you notice, there's a turret here, which can rotate a full 360 degrees. This is also where you park the Vic Viper, which I'll show you that later. And you can adjust this whole thing with this knob. It goes up like that, which is as far as it goes. Okay. Here's the side. And here's the back, where you can lower the ramp and your car can drive in and out, which is pretty neat. Okay. In the front is the other half of the command center. Another way to check Facebook. Okay, inside is a medical lab, which you can play with if you remove the top, like that. Okay, there are two studs here. That's what holds it together. And if you look inside and, oh look, he's already got his brains out. There's Biology 101 for you. Alien brains are green. It's actually kind of gross. I should take them out. This video is meant for kids. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Now I know he works alone. I don't want to be his assistant. Anyway, over here we have a cabinet where he puts his laptop. And over here is another cabinet where he puts the utensils. If I didn't know any better, it looks like a kitchen. You have two needles there, pretty nice. And over here these sides come out, which I have to admit, when I was building it, I didn't know what it was for, but I finally figured it out. This is for internet, and that's for satellite TV. After all, what's a trailer without those, right? And that sums up the trailer. Now to put it all together. Okay, first we're going to look at the trailer. Underneath you have this mechanism. Okay, if you notice there's a hook here which attaches to this, and that will hold this in place. Just give it a small push and it will release, and it will stop right here at this bracket so that it doesn't go any further. And the two vehicles attach together right here. See those red hooks? And they go in like that. And then you have one big limo. Okay, you can still split it apart, of course, like so. And you want to hold on to this until you feel the click, and then you can play with it like that. If you don't do that, you can disengage this part, which is fine. You can still connect it. I just find it better to do it that way. And in the end though, I still prefer this thing closed. But before you do that, you might want to warn this guy to keep his hands and legs inside the vehicle, because that closes pretty quick. Over here, we can park the car inside. It should fit just nicely, despite the cabinet handles. There we go. Over here, we can open this. We'll put the prison pod inside. It's got a nice little handle if you want to take it out. Pretty convenient. But you still need one over here. As I mentioned earlier, this pod is for the Vic Viper. And this fits just right. See? Pretty cool, right? You want to see it again? There's the back side. It just goes and slides like that. And these two yellow pieces hold it up. And this goes right here. And finally, we have the missile pod. And there you go. Now they're ready to take on the aliens. Just the three of them. The only thing I found odd about this is that if you were to rotate this all the way, okay, it will get caught with the rockets right here. Which is fine, I guess. Just don't do it too much, or else you will loosen the assembly over here. Otherwise, I think they're good.